us are out of our regular routine. In fact, the whole world is. And a lot of us we're struggling. We're not eating like we normally would. We aren't getting to spend time with people that we love, our moms, dads, grandparents, friends. We're not able to do all the normal things that we would do to cope with life. So we're finding new ways to cope, new ways to stay busy, having a new normal right now. So join me today for some yoga to de-stress, to get rid of some inflammation, to de-bloat from all the different types of foods or different eating habits that you might have picked up during this time of distancing. I know emotional eating can play a factor, or maybe some people aren't eating enough. Everyone's different when it comes to that. I am here for you to provide you with some breathing and some stretching and some movement that's going to get things flowing with your blood, that circulation, that digestion, all that inflammation that's going on. You'll be amazed at what just taking the time to relax, breathe, and move with intention can do for you. So join me. Here we go. So we begin today in a seated pose. We're going to focus on some deep breaths and clearing the mind. Try to pull those shoulders down away from the ears. Tilt the head forward for a little stretch in that neck. Wrap the arms around the knees and hinge forward. Prepare yourself to try to get present. Eyes are closed. Coming up, we're going to transition, lay back with the knees bent, arms stretched out behind the body. Arms coming around to your side into a single leg pull. So chin to the chest, holding on to the shin area. We switch legs. Notice toes are pointed. Now feet are flexed. Switching legs again. Keeping that chin to the chest. It's going to help engage that core. Now we hug both legs in. Rocking up into a V hold. We've got those elbows extended, nice and firm. Head is neutral. Feet coming down. We're going to roll back one vertebrae at a time. Taking some deep breaths. We're going to hook our index finger around that left toe and let it fall away to the side. We're going to open up those hips. Now we're going to flex the foot, slowly lower that leg, bring up the right leg, right index finger hooking around that toe, let it fall to the side. Breathing through this hold, slowly lower that leg. So now our legs are tight together. Bring everything in for a hug. We're going to go into a double leg extension. So legs tight together, toes pointed. We're going to hug those knees in, wrap the arms around the shins. Breathing through it, keeping that chin to the chest to keep the core engaged. Head comes back. Feet coming down, legs are still together. Arms out in a T. We're going to crisscross around the shoulder area till fingertips touch the floor. And slowly opening back up into that T. Crisscross again, fingertips touch the floor. During this move, you want to soften your core, just kind of let everything relax in the core area. Now we're reaching towards the ceiling, fingers are apart. We're going to bring the left leg up, point the toe, and hold as we reach for the ceiling. Taking that foot down slowly, placing it on the mat, opposite leg coming up, point the toe, still reaching towards the ceiling with those fingers pulled apart, bring that leg down, bending the knee.
We're going to step those heels out, roll up, extend those arms out in front. Head is neutral, deep breath. We're going to swoop those arms around, come back, take them behind the head and reach. Scooping them up to reach forward again. Good posture, head is neutral. Swooping around, coming back down, reaching behind. Say hello to my kitty. He likes to be a movie star. And coming back up, reaching forward, palms open towards the ceiling. Deep breaths. Now we're going to sit back and sit up tall in our sit bones. Deep breath. Take the head forward for a little stretch in that neck. We're going to wrap our hands around the knee pits. Lean forward, chin to the chest. Coming up tall with those hands and arms, and scooping down and around again, taking those palms under the knee pits. Feet are flexed. Reach forward for those toes. Deep breaths. And sitting up tall. We're going to hug the left leg in and take the right arm reaching for the right toes. If you can't reach that far, that's okay. Reach for the shin. Sit up tall. We're going to switch legs. Opposite leg coming up. Hug it in tight. Try to get that heel as close to the booty as you can and reach for those toes. And sitting up tall. Release that leg. Feet are flexed. We're going to open those legs up into a V, sitting up tall. With both hands, reach for the left toes. Hands in a prayer position, coming up towards the ceiling in front of the chest and coming down, reach for opposite side. And coming center with prayer hands again. Pushing up towards the ceiling, down to the chest, and reach opposite side again. Deep breaths throughout this movement. Coming center with prayer hands, reaching up, down to chest, over to opposite side again. Coming center, we're reaching forward with feet flexed. We're taking deep breaths. We're focusing. Now we transition into a tabletop pose. We take the head back. Really try to pull the pelvis up. We're going to take left leg out, point the toe, and hold. And switching to right leg, point the toe and hold. Now we're crisscrossing and pulsing up and then down. Up, down. Up again, down. Breathing through this, coming up. We're going to switch legs, crisscross, coming down. Pushing up, down, pushing up, down, and pushing up. Releasing that leg, coming back down to the booty. Sitting up on those sit bones again, deep breath. Head comes forward with that chin. Rolling back one vertebrae at a time. Feet are flexed. Placing those hands on that tummy. Just feeling yourself breathe, refocusing, clearing your mind. we're going to bring one leg in, rotating that ankle. Pointing the toe, flexing the foot. Release that foot and leg with foot flexed. Opposite leg comes up, rotating the ankle. Point the toe, flex the foot. Keeping that foot flexed, leg comes down. Arms out to the sides. Legs coming up to knees bent. We're just going to let those legs together fall with control to one side and to the opposite side. Coming back to center, we're going to take the left leg out with flexed foot. Right leg comes up with toe pointed, big circles in the air. Switching legs, coming up, big circles. Working those hips and inner thighs. And releasing that leg. We're going to scoop the hands as we come up, reaching forward, flexing the feet. Head is neutral. We're going to twist those arms, palms to ceiling, palms to floor. Palms to ceiling, palms to floor. Ceiling and floor. We're going to take one arm all the way over to one side, pushing on that elbow and then switching. Hands coming down to the quads, chin to the chest. Head comes neutral and then all the way back. Deep breathing. Now transitioning, bringing one leg up nice and tight. We're going to twist, looking behind. Other foot and leg is straight out in front. Switching legs and twisting. Twisting that spine. Now we're in a froggy pose, leaning forward. Again, opening up those hips, inner thighs, stretching out that neck and upper back. Bring the knees up just a little and tilt the head back. And head coming back down as we kind of release those knees. Deep breaths. Be in the moment. Head's coming back up. Refocusing. Now we're going to transition to knees and palms. Curl those toes under. Pop it up into a down dog. Step out about the width of your mat. Walk those palms back just a little bit and hold. Knees coming down but not all the way to the floor. Holding. And coming back up, lock them out and push the heels down. Walk it out with those palms. A nice wide plank. We're going to do some push-ups, so we're coming down and up. Down and up. These are half push-ups, so we're not coming all the way down because we've got arms and legs spread out the width of your mat. Keep that core nice and tight. Walking it back to a down dog. All the way back till heels touch the ground, fingertips to the mat. Walking it back out. Dropping the knees, dropping the torso, all the way down, pushing up into a cobra, head comes back. And coming back down to the chest. Deep breath. Now we're going to reach for one of the feet, pulling it towards the glutes. This is an amazing stretch. Breathe through it. Switching legs. So just grabbing that opposite foot, doing the same thing, pulling it towards the glutes. Taking it down. Now we're going to reach for both feet at the same time and pull. Pull the feet towards the body. Huge stretch in the shoulders. Release it. Forehead to the mat. Deep breaths. Everything coming up. Looking down at the mat so you don't strain your neck. Looking like Superwoman. Arms coming forward as we hold those legs up. Arms coming back. Legs are still held up off the floor. We're not holding our breath. Arms forward again. Arms coming back again. And everything comes down. Deep breath. Everything's back up, but we've got elbows bent to the sides of the head, and we're holding, looking down at the mat so we don't strain the neck. Everything comes down all at once. And everything's back up. Those elbows are bent. And coming down. Reaching for both feet again and pulling. You should feel a stretch in the shoulders, the quads, the abs. And release. Deep breath. And pushing up, back to knees and palms. Hands coming back behind for child's pose. Great spine stretch, great move to aid in digestion. We're going to lace one arm through and hold. And switching to opposite arm, lace it through and hold. Coming back to those palms and knees, but we're going to step out with those palms, lean back into child's pose again, but more of a stretch with it this time because we've got those palms further out on the mat, taking deep breaths. And coming up slowly, sitting up tall, head is neutral, transitioning back, laying down, toes on the mat as we come up into a bridge on tippy toes. And we hold, squeezing those glutes, arms up towards the ceiling. Continuing to hold. Arms coming down slow. Butt coming down, feet flat. One leg over the other and push that knee away for a nice stretch in those inner thighs. And switch legs. Push that knee away, inner thigh stretch. Deep breaths, taking that foot back down. Back up into that tippy toe bridge, but we're going to march with those tippy toes this time. Breathing through this movement, holding, and slowly release. Laying flat, legs together, arms back behind, flexing those feet. Slowly placing the palms on the tummy. Notice that my feet are flexed. Refocusing, clearing your mind. Let your feet fall to the side. Now arms at your side, palms to the ceiling. Just get present, breathe through it. Wiggle those toes, wiggle those fingers. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Being in your body, in your mind. Slowly coming up, reaching forward. We're going to twist to one side, follow with our eyes, come back center. Twisting opposite direction and center. Coming up tall, arms out to a T, scoop around, back up towards the ceiling, out to a T, scoop around towards the ceiling, out to a T, rolling back slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Hugging those knees in, point the toes. Deep breath. Hands on the tummy again. We've got those legs in tabletop, holding with toes pointed. Now we're just going to tap the toes. Legs are tight together. A very simple movement to work those lower abs. Tapping the toes. Flex the feet. Slowly bringing those feet back down to the mat. Legs are still tight together. Breathing through it. Arms coming back behind the body. Stepping those heels out. Scooping forward. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to twist to one side, touching fingertips. Twisting to opposite side. As we come center, we reach up towards the ceiling. So again, that twisting motion is good for inflammation, digestion, bloating. We're also working those obliques. Now we transition back to a downward dog. Push those heels down, tuck that chin into the chest. Take some deep breaths, refocus if you need to. We're going to step forward with one leg, frame the foot with those hands, and hold. Tap the knee, bring it up. Tap the knee, bring it up. Tap, bring it up. Should be a nice stretch in that hamstring when you lock that knee out as you come up. Switching legs, holding. Tap the knee, bring it up, tap, up, tap, up, tap, up, tap, up. Twisting center, nice big stance, about the width of your mat. Palms to the floor, tuck that chin into the chest. Now wrap those hands around the calves. Big stretch. Now bend those knees just a little bit. Keep holding. Palms back to the floor, a little bend in those knees still. Coming down, forward towards the floor. Walk those palms out and hold. Walking back. We're going to go toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Toes, heels, toes, heels, walking it in. Now we're in a standing position, knees bent in a wide sumo squat. We're going to take those arms up over the head and crisscross in front of the tummy. So just a tiny little squat movement as we do this ballet looking type move. Head is neutral, we're breathing through it. focusing on good posture and a tight tummy. Coming forward, reaching through, wrapping the arms around those calves again. Palms to the floor, lock the knees out. Reach for one leg for a stretch. Again, those knees are locked out. Reaching for opposite leg. Now we are just going to come to one side and then opposite side. So we're bending those knees in a deep side-to-side lunge as we take palms to the floor. So we're just kind of walking it over with those hands. Now we're just going to keep those hands off the floor, rocking side to side, nice and slow. Breathing through this. Nice flowing movement to work those leg muscles and reach through the center. Chin comes to the chest. Hold. Locking the knees out, fingertips to the mat. Rolling up, good posture. Back to that crisscross, open up to a V movement. A little bit of a squat, so we're in that sumo squat type position again, called pulling a sword. It's like you have two swords, pull them out. Grab those two swords, pull them out into a V. Good posture, moving with control. Let's tip to one side, reaching for that shin area and hold. Again, great movements for digestion and bloating. Coming to a T, down to the opposite side. You guys are doing awesome. Back up to a T. Now we're just going to turn, come down on one knee, palms coming down and lift up towards the ceiling. Good posture, pop it up. Twisting around, switching opposite direction, come up with those arms. Good posture, head is neutral. Pop it up. Twisting around opposite side again. Arms coming up tall. Looking straight ahead, that tummy's tight. Twisting around, opposite way, opposite leg, reaching. Deep breaths. Coming center, legs apart, knees bent into a deep squat, side to side with that movement again. Palms are on the mat. Loosen and open up those hips. Give it a little hold on each side. Come center. Palms are on the mat, knees are locked out. Walk it forward just a little bit with those palms. Hold. Walk it back. We're going toes to heels again to walk it in. We've got index finger wrapped around those big toes, big stretch. Those knees are locked out. If you need to have a little bend in those knees, that's okay. Rolling up slowly, roll those shoulders back. Prayer hands in front of the chest, deep yoga squat. And hold, pushing in on the inner knees with those triceps. Wrapping those arms around the legs deeply. Chin to the chest. Pop that booty up, still holding. Breathe through it. Palms to the mat. Toes to heels again. Rolling up into a chair squat, and we twist, laying that tricep on the quad. Coming center. Stand up tall. And coming down in the opposite direction, tricep on the quad, holding. Coming back up to center, nice and tall, to mountain pose. Hinge forward slowly. Nice stretch in that lower back. Chin to the chest. Let those arms hang. Little bend in the knees. Wrap those arms around the back of the knees. Chin to the chest, a nice standing hug. Again, we're hanging, breathing, palms to the shins, head comes up. Breathing out, coming up tall. Arms out in a T, arms forward. We're going to pull down on those fingers and stretch out all those tendons from palms all the way up the forearms. Switching hands. Now we're going to transition back to the floor. We're going to sit froggy style, palms open to the ceiling. Chin comes down to the chest. Refocusing, feeling grateful, deep breath. Being in the moment. We're going to take those legs out. Tight together, wrap the hands around the knee pits. Deep breath in, blow it out gently. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Another deep breath, raise those shoulders. Blow it out through the mouth. Take those legs out in front with feet flexed. Close those eyes, refocus again. Prayer hands in front of the chest. Hand on the heart. Focusing on the now. Scoop those palms under the knee pits. Deep breath. Bring those knees back up. Hugging around, forehead to knees, and release. Let go of tension and stress. Thanks for joining me, girls.